Welcome back to this channel again. In our previous tutorial, we learned how to calculate the mean deviation of this very table. And the mean deviation we got in our previous class is 2.667. Here, we are asked to calculate the absolute deviation from the mean. How do we get the absolute deviation from the mean? We have our formula x1 minus x pi for the value of x, for the value of x, for the value of x. Then, to get this absolute mean deviation, since we have our formula to be x1 minus the mean, therefore we have 1 from the mean, which is x, minus the mean deviation we got from our answer, 2.667, which is, if you subtract 1 from 2.667, we have 1.667. The next value is 2 minus 2.667, which will give us 0.667. The next value is 3 minus 2.667, which will give us 0.333. And we have another value, 4 minus 2.667, which will give us 1.333. Now, since we have gotten all the value for x and we are asked to calculate the absolute deviation, absolute deviation. Here is the value for the absolute deviation. Now, we are asked again to calculate the sum of this frequency, the sum of the frequency, which is fi x1 minus x, which is the frequency. Now, to calculate the sum of this frequency and the mean, we have this formula, which is equal to summation of all f1 and x1 minus the x pi, which is equal to, we first of all get our frequency, which is 3. 3 multiplied by 1.667, the value we got here, plus 3 multiplied by 0.667 plus the next value should be 5 multiplied by 0.333 plus the last value is 4 multiplied by 1.333. We are trying to calculate the sum of the frequency. Having gotten all this value, we sum them together, which is summation of f1 x1 minus the mean, which will give us, for this first value, 5.001 plus 2.001 plus 1.665 plus 5.332. 3 multiplied by 1.666, all this value, if you multiply them together, it will give you this value. Then you add all this value together to give us the 14.999, the value for the sum of all this value of the sum of all the frequency and the mean. Then we are asked to calculate the mean deviation. We are mean deviation of this table. To get the mean deviation, which is MD, simply mean deviation, which is equals to the summation of F1 x1 minus x, which is the mean, all divided by summation of F1, which is equal to 14.999 divided by 15, which will give us 0.9999. And here is our final answer for the mean deviation of this table. Thank you.